So one of the things I noticed when I was reading the secular books about motherhood was that at some point in these secular books, they would mention Mary.
Mm.
So they would mention Mary as this ideal. They would talk about Mary at these kind of art galleries and this kind of public consciousness. And that director of a religion think tank, I found that really interesting because I'm constantly trying to find connection points. So these secular writers were already connecting themselves to this Christian person, or this Christian idea. Why her? I think because there aren't many verses about women in the Bible at all. So there are relatively, quite a few about her. She is the mother of God, the mother of Jesus. And there has been lots of theological thinking about her, particularly in the Catholic Church, and what she represents, what she says, and what her existence says about the nature of our relationship with God, our relationship with Jesus. Is it through her? What role does she play? Is she like God or is she not? All of these things. I think that there's a lot of material relatively to work with in the stories that we have about Mary in the Bible. I'm also from a Protestant evangelical tradition. The only times I heard about her were at Christmas, and the only time in church, and the only things that I was told about her was that she said yes. She consented. She was a kind of good little woman. She did as she was told. Pretty much the only story. I actually think in scripture itself, there are clues that I hadn't noticed before that actually I find very relatable. So yes, there isn't much kind of obvious description about her being a mother. But one of my favorite stories now is where Jesus goes missing after 3 days, and when they kind of leave Jerusalem, first of all, that panic that every mother has felt, which is, hang on a minute, where they got? I've finally done it. I've lost him.
Yeah.
Where on earth? What have I done? And then that scramble to find him.
Yeah.
And then the cheekiness of the response almost. Didn't you know where I would be? Didn't you know I'd be in my father's house? And where she says to him, didn't you know that we'd be worried about you? We've been really anxious about you. And that is in scripture. But there has been lots of trying to explain that away in the kind of theology, where in Catholic tradition, because of this idea that Mary is sinless, that anxiety is seen as a sin. So
Wow.
therefore she must not have
Maternal
been
worry
anxious.
is a sin? Goodness,
Yeah,
we're all going
apparently.
to struggle.
Exactly. So I hold on to that worry because that is a big part of my maternal experience, worrying about my
Yes.
kids.